Hello, this is RubberBanned, and we're going to be doing impressioning ASMR for the Lockpicking United Discord channel for a Clover Ilko that was given to me by Culper from the Discord. So what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be taking a pre-prepped blank. I've already skinned the top off with a file. We're going to be looking for marks in here, some happy little marks. Have we ever done a Bob Ross impressioning video? I don't think we have, but there's a first time for everything. So here's okay, I'm not really going to be doing that. I'm sorry. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm just looking for spacing marks here. So I think I'm going to be looking for spacing off camera. I need to bring this to my eyes, but we're going to be getting progress through here. So with an old Lockwood like this, particularly since this one had some issues, I'm going to be going real gentle. The key blank is a little paracentric, so it's not going to want to mark super well or consistently all the way down. But this is not my first dog and pony show for Lockwoods. First, I'd like to say thanks to Culper for him thinking of me for this particular effort. I like impressioning. So I'm going to go over gear real quick. So this is Foxwell Security impressioning handle. This is my handle. It's what I use and I sell them. And then I'm going to be using a RubberBanned number 4. This file is full round. It's like 35 years old. It was given to me by my mentor. So without further ado, let's go. So for this, I'm going to generate marks by lifting up, and I'm going to use the post over here to create turning pressure. And then I'm just going to rock up and down. So I haven't figured out a way to show good marks on camera. Okay, so lighting and the reflectivity of the blank tends to be a problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you an audio description of what I'm seeing. I'm going to make adjustments off camera here, and then hopefully we're going to end up to a working key in this video. So that's the main hope here. All right, I see definitive marks on cut 5. That's at the tip of the key blank. I'm going to do 3 file strokes, trying to get it to where it needs to be. And then I see some marks on 2 and nothing on anything else, so I'm going to leave them alone. Good rule of thumb when you're doing impressioning is to only go after one cut. So the one that marks the most distinctively is the one that you're going to be chasing the marks on. And then even if other cuts mark, leave them alone. Let them be progressed to. Handle one cut at a time, so that way if anything goes awry, you're able to kind of notate where you were if you have to start over. So I got my marks, hunting for, okay, still got super harsh marks on 5 and 2. That squeak that you can kind of hear happening, that will occur if you don't keep your finger firmly pressed against the keyblade when you're running the file, because it's the keyblade chattering. If you push your thumb against the key when you're doing your impressioning, you can keep that chatter from happening in case it bothers you. So, all right, we're looking for some marks again. All right, I got marks on same ones, so 2 and 5. I think they're the ones that are marking most distinctively. I'm only filing 5 right now because I'm handling one cut at a time. So 5 is still marking, but now 4 is starting to mark. So 4 is marking much more distinctively than 2 was, so I think I'm going to start chasing after 4. Yeah, I'm going to do that. That's marking really harshly. To go down a depth, I recommend 3 to 4 half file passes. So what I mean by half file is you go about half the length of the file. So I go from the tip of the file to where my finger is. And that gives me 4 strokes, and that normally brings me down, I think on average, 16 to 17 thousandths, depending on how much pressure I'm applying. So, all right, got that knocked down. Go in for marks again. So you can do this one-handed, so you can lift up with one hand, turn with your thumb, and rock up and down. I like to go 2 because I like to do independent motions. for what I'm going after. We've got good marks on 4 still, so I'm going to keep chasing that one. Impressioning is also not super fast, so if you get bored during this and you want to just skip it, or maybe insert some more festive audio, like some Benny Hill. 4 marking really, really harshly, and so is 3 now. That's good. Good news. Because of how harshly it's marking, I'm making a few more file passes than I normally would, but I don't think that's going to be a big issue. You hear the clicking. That means there's a pin that's pretty close to set. It's just kind of rubbing against the shear line a bit. So I'm going to guess that's 5 rubbing because I got it to shear before the other cut. 4 is marking super harshly now. All right. Here we go. So Lockwood's are nice because the powerful springs they tend to use, and older generations, their driver pins had like a little tip that the spring would go around, and it centered them. So they provide really consistent marking pressure. So they tend to be a pretty like distinctive marking pattern, and then you can kind of determine where you're at pretty easily because of how the pins mark. I've got a couple, you know, probably like 30, probably 50 hours just on impressioning Lockwoods, so I've lucked out in the diversity of locks that I've been given to impression. So 4 is about finished, I think. It's not marking as harshly, but still is marking, so here we go. Going back in here. 2 is the one that is marking now. Excuse me, that's 3. We've got some marks on 1 now. Got some good marks on 1 still. All right. They say if you have some problems getting a key made when you first start impressioning, it's because you have a bad first impression. I make no apologies for that joke. All right, got some marks on 1 again. Some marks on 5. Might need to be finished off. 2. Those are the only 2 marks I saw, so I'm thinking I'll brush there with 1. Okay, so back we go. 4 feels like it still needs to come down. Those auxiliary strokes were just cleaning up some swarf I had built up on the keyblade. Alright, 5 is marking. Okay. Oh. Alright, back into focus. There we go. Okay, 5 is marking. And so is 4. I'm gonna do a little more work in 4. 4 is turning out to be kind of deep. Five's marking again. I guess I was wrong earlier about it being close to shear. Could just be rattling around because it's an old lock. Four is marking. All right, see what 4 is up to. Just checking around for any other marks that might be going on. Yeah, I'm thinking 4 is still the trouble spot. So here we go. I'm going to put in some more work on that 4th cut. I'm going to widen up that 4th cut because I think I'm going to start canyoning soon. So we'll just open that up a little bit. All right. Picking off some extra brass here, just hanging out on the key. 5 is marking. Yep, 5 still marking. Good thing about impressioning that I like a little more than picking is that if you kind of remember where you left off, you can just come back to it. Can't really do that with picking because, you know, once the turning force is gone, the torsion, then you got to start over. Usually. Unless you got like a super deep falset somewhere or something. So, alright. Got marks all over the place, so I'm just going to tidy them up, get a new filing surface going. All those extra file strokes you might hear are me kind of lightly skimming in a couple of different locations because as I'm doing this, I tend to build up brass on either side of the key blade, which means that I can have distracting marks or they will just completely hide a mark. So I gotta kind of get rid of those. 5 continues to mark, but I think I let a little too much build up over there, so I gotta flatten that whole area out. Alright, I think I got a good clean start again. Ooh. Kind of canyoning it a little bit, I think. Alright, I got marks on 3 and 5. Yeah. Well, this might not make it onto the LPU YouTube, but we're gonna try. Okay, 1 is marking, and so is 5 again. Had a really irregular surface on 5, so got rid of that. Ooh, that felt pretty good. Alright, so here's where we're at now. Starting to look like a whole key. Okay. Oh, goodness. Okay, I think we're very close. So I'm going to turn down the lighting for the webcam here, and hopefully you can see. Alright, so right there in the middle of 1, you can see like an auxiliary shiny spot. Yeah, which is the one like right at the tip of my thumb. That little blur spot, that's called a crater. And I think it's visible enough to where I can tell you that means I'm very close to a finished key because it's the final smash mark. So I'm going to get rid of that with about 4 file strokes, and I'm going to guess that the key's going to turn on the next go around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to knock off the extra brass preliminarily, so that way if it does turn I don't get any scrap brass in there. Sometimes it likes to hang out. I'm going to do a little cleanup on 4. It's got a little mark, and same with 5. Alright, moment of truth. Oh, it did not turn. Oh, it's starting to. So, I'm gonna, okay, looks like mark on 4 and 1. Okay, so 1 has a little more work to do. Cleaned up 4. Oh, get rid of anything else, just in case. Now this lock is old, so it might not even want to go, so... Oh, okay. That's open. Okay. There it is. So, I'm going to snap that back in, because I've got a key that I can get to turn now. So, where's my final smashes? Final smashes are on 3. Needs to go down a little bit, and on 4. Alright. Let's see. Okay. Well, I'm just cleaning up some smash marks now. Got some on 4. Because now that it's kind of snugly binding on the key when I turn it, it kind of tells me where some of those mechanical imperfections are, where to clean it up. So hopefully I can get a semi-smoothly operating key. I mean, I can't guarantee that. Okay, there we go. We've got it. We've got it. So that click means I'm probably just a little deep somewhere. But I mean, better than no key. Am I right? Am I right, folks? It might be a little deep somewhere, but that's okay. Got some cleanup on 1. Just a little bit. Alright. Real smooth, real easy. I don't know if I'll be able to turn it without mechanical advantage of this lever here, but okay. I have picked this, so I know that there's some problems with this lock, but... So, Culper, here you are, my friend. Back this out, kind of let the glory sit in. So, alright, we've got a key here, man. I really appreciate you giving me the chance to have a go at this. Once again, this is RubberBanned. Just, so that I told Culper about that already. So, but here we are. Nice old lock, put back into service, old lockwood, and it's got some new life. So let's just get a close-up, darling. So there we go. I'm gonna end the video now. Thanks for watching, and as I said before, I've been RubberBanned. Take care, everybody.